I don't think anyone expected for us to go 0-6, and I think everyone had like a higher expectation for our team and like a higher expectation for our roster.
You can make one big play and that's like the biggest impression you can make, or you could have one small fail and then it'll stick with you for the rest of the season.
Gaming has brought people together from around the world, but there's still work to be done. In this series, we give a voice to those in the space that face unique challenges. This is the Roundtable, presented by TD.
Hello, I'm King from the Vancouver Titans and I play Flex DPS.
Hi, I'm False from the Vancouver Titans and I play Tank.
Hi, my name's Matt Fisher and I'm the Director of Performance for Adamus Esports.
Mentally, I'm doing pretty good. I think it's really nice to close the season out on a win, and like we had like steady progression throughout the season, so it feels really good that we made some progress within our own team, and it's nice that the season's done. We get to relax a bit now.
I think I went above my personal expectations and I'm still pretty satisfied that we still got some wins in, especially towards the end.
There was definitely some challenges. The few times that I came and visited, you could feel the tension there. But you know, the updates and everything that I heard, and like Paul said, the progression from that first half to the second half, I think is night and day.
Honestly, felt pretty confident. I think we had like some really high highs at the beginning of the season, like during the preseason, and then like some like, you know, lows, medium, not too bad, but like I think generally overall everyone was like pretty confident going into like the start of the season. Because I think the first stage we had like a fairly easy schedule. We definitely should have gotten at least like between like 2 and 4 wins off of that. And I think I don't think anyone expected for us to go 0-6, and I think everyone had like a higher expectation for our team and like a higher expectation for our roster, like including all of us basically. Frustration, and it's also like confusion because it's like trying to figure out where the problem is, or like trying to figure out like new solutions. Everyone every day is trying to figure out like something we could do different, or like proposing new ideas that could actually like fix us or help us win more. So I'd say just mostly like a lot of confusion. It felt pretty bad because I was like really unhappy with my own performance, like playing a hero I've never played before, and like I personally was like struggling. I was still just trying to put like my best foot forward and be the best player I could be for my teammates. I feel like we really like lacked an identity as a team. We like didn't have any sort of direction. Like even first stage, if we actually had like a good plan together as a team, I actually think we could have been like infinitely more successful if we had just played like to our strengths, like played comps that kind of fit the players that we had. But I think we tried to like follow other people too much, and like we could have had way better results in my opinion. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like top 0.001% of players. It's like a super competitive league. It's like you're the best or you're not there type thing, you know? So at the end of the day, regardless of who gets dropped, who gets signed, it's still all of our jobs to show up to work, do the best we can, be the best player we can for ourselves, to try and continue on our own careers, and for all the people around us, for our teammates, because you owe it to your teammates.
The pressure was off the charts. Like there was so much on the line for me, like especially my first ever match. I remember feeling so much pressure, like the first impression I'd leave on the league like of myself, because I think after playing that match, I was like, we lost our first match and I was so sad and disappointed that I lost, but I started to realize like that it's fine, and like I still have like a lot of time to improve and get better, and it gave me like a lot of motivation to like even through like the tough times, like just push through. But yeah, those tough times were definitely there, but I think in the end like I just had to adapt and just get past the pressure.
I felt like the second half of the season, the biggest difference was like we actually just had like a goal along the way. Like everyone had like their mindset on like making play-ins. So everything we did, every day of practice, every VOD review, every like ounce of work put into like everyone's schedule was like based around the same goal of like making play-ins. And like I feel like we just had like infinitely more direction as a team. Everyone is on the same page. Everyone's like fighting for the same thing now. And I felt like we were just able to execute it. And I also think we got like relatively lucky with the meta as well. I think it was like really favorable for our team, but it was like a good head start for us, a good like little boost in the right direction. I don't know, just everyone just more on the same page with the actual like goal in mind, an actual end game that we're just all working towards. It's definitely not a good feeling, but it's also kind of motivating in a way, because it's like, I don't know, you kind of reap what you sow in a way. Like that doesn't happen to like proper Kevster. It's like, it happens to people who aren't playing well. So like, it's really harsh sometimes, and like fans are definitely not like too kind the way they like talk to players, but a lot of it's like also warranted. Like if I saw me on Winston, I would probably be me as well. So it's like, it's kind of fair.
Yeah, again, I know a lot of these guys were working with Scott on a regular basis, and I think just a testament, like, to still be here, the whether you want to call it grit or mental toughness, like, that has to be there. There's not that we choose to go through such difficult circumstances, but if you go through that and you still have the opportunity to be here, what I'm sure you can take forward, is going to be just that much more, you're going to be more capable of facing whatever you faced. And again, hopefully that's never going to be to this level, but I think to just see these guys stick it out, oftentimes I think this is when people turn on one another, and to see these guys still connecting, on a human-to-human basis, I think is just a testament to their trust in one another.
Probably, considering most of the fans, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a fan, you're just sitting at home watching a game, like it's not, you don't understand that there's so many eyes on like pros across like all forms of like competition. It's like there's constant judgment on you from like every angle. It's like, yeah, definitely very stressful.
Not every fan is like that, but there's definitely like a lot of fans who are super judgmental on like even like your first match or like any match you play. Like you can make one big play and that's like the biggest impression you can make, or you could have one small foul and then it'll stick with you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no, I such great points by both of these guys. I think it's one of those things where when you work so hard as these guys do to get to this level, it seems like this job is your entire life. And realistically, like for the rest of us who don't have such high pressure jobs, like our jobs are to facilitate the rest of our lives. We earn a paycheck so that we can go do the things we want to do with our family or our friends or our partners. But when all you get to do is just focus on the game, it's so easy to really let that affect who you are. And so, one of my great mentors, one of the things he said is if you lose a match and your self-esteem, if your mood and if your relationships are affected by that, you're too connected to the game that you're playing. But it's very easy to get to that point when literally all you guys do is eat, breathe, sleep, Overwatch, So, sometimes that comes with experience. Sometimes that just takes time. But trying to figure out like, what? Even though this takes up all of my life right now, this is still just a job. This is not my self-worth. This is who I am. And as we get to that point, those losses start to feel a little less worse. The comments from the random peanut gallery doesn't actually affect us as much, but that takes time. And this is coming from a guy who's never had tens of thousands of people, giving their opinions. So again, easier said than done.